Hey guys, welcome to part 3 of your farm animal unit. Today I'm going to show you 2 different ways to make a sheep. The first one is just the head of your sheep, or the face, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to be using for this a styrofoam plate. If you don't have a plate, that's totally fine. You can cut a white circle out of paper. You could also use a paper plate. Any kind of circle is fine. I'm also going to be using cotton, as this is going to give the effect, the fuzzy effect of my sheep. Sometimes it's in a big form like this, other times it's in cotton balls. Any of that will be fine. If you don't have that, that's totally okay. You'll just do the face of it and it won't quite look as puffy, okay? You could also try crumpling tissue paper or paper to make the little balls around the outside of your sheep. I'm also going to be using a white paper. This is what I'm going to be making my ears and my face out of. I'm going to be needing a black and a pink marker, or black or pink, something to draw with, and glue. Glue stick, glue bottle, any of that is fine, okay? So gather your supplies and let's get ready to make our sheep. Okay, so the first part I'm going to make is the parts of the face. I'm going to be making 2 eyes, and they're kind of ovals. There's 1 eye, and I'm going to be cutting these out, so it doesn't matter where you place them. You just want them to be about the same size, okay? I'm going to color them in black. I'm going to leave a little white spot. You don't have to do that, but it just makes it look a little more 3D, okay? The next thing I'm going to be drawing is the nose. For my nose, I want to start with a triangle at the top, just like this. You can draw little holes like this, and then the smile, okay? So you can color in your nose as well. The third thing I want to create is the ears. So my ears are kind of triangles. So picture this is the side of my sheep's head. My ears come out like this, okay? Similar to this, kind of almost like a dog's ears. And then typically they are white on the outside and then they are pink on the inside. So I'm going to color that pink. Okay, since my sheep has 2 ears, I need to make 2. This ear's a little bit bigger than the other one, but that's okay. Now I'm going to cut these out, and then I'm ready for my next step. So now I have my pieces cut out. You'll notice that I didn't cut the mouth out completely because that'd be really hard to cut out, okay? The first thing I'm going to do is glue the pieces on here. So I'm going to start with the mouth down at the bottom. I'm going to put my eyes, 1 eye, 2 eyes. With a sheep's eyes, something really interesting is they're pretty far on the outside of their head. So I need to make sure they're pretty far apart. If you made this face really close together, it would almost look like a bunny's face. Fun fact. Okay, now in my ears are going to stick out, so I only need to put glue on the very ends of them. So let me show you that. Put glue just on the end of them, okay? Good amount of glue so it sticks, just like this. So there's the beginning of my sheep. Now I'm going to be taking my cotton. Be careful with this because your hands can get sticky and stick to the cotton really fast. I think it is best to put the glue first and then work with the cotton. I'm not going to be putting cotton all over my plate. I'm just going to be putting it on the outside, maybe a little bit on my ears, okay? You are more than welcome to put it on the whole thing, but I don't want to use quite that much cotton, okay? So I'm just going to pull my cotton apart and start to place it on the edge just like this. And already it's starting to look more like a sheep. See how it's starting to stick to my fingers? That's why we do the glue first. so it doesn't get even worse than this, okay? So, put my cotton on, just like this. And now I have this super adorable sheep. There he is. Bah! So, we've made sheep number 1, now it's time for sheep number 2. For sheep number 2, I'm going to be using paint and a cotton ball to dab the paint to create the texture like it's the wool of the sheep, okay? For this, I'm going to be using a colored paper because I'm going to use white paint. I'm also going to need some markers to draw the parts of my sheep. So, let's get started. So, to draw my sheep, I'm going to be using a marker. You may want to use a pencil first so that you can erase it in case you make a mistake, okay? So, the first thing I'm going to do for my sheep is I'm going to draw the face. So, my face is going to be a U, just like this. I'm then going to add the nose and the mouth, just like we did last time. Okay, so far it looks like this. I'm then going to include my 2 eyes. Okay, 1 eye, 2 eyes, right there. And I'm even going to give him some little eyebrows, just for fun. Now, around the top of it, I'm going to start making him look a little poofy. Most of this will be covered with paint though. I just kind of want to know where I'm going to put my ears. So I'm going to put 1 ear right over here. And I'm going to put 1 ear right over here. Okay? So, now I have my 2 ears and I have my face. If you want to draw more of the body, you can, or if you're just planning on drawing this and not adding the paint, then you can draw the rest of the little body. The next thing I'm going to do, however, is draw my little feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? I'm not going to draw the rest of it because I'm going to be using my paint to create my body. Okay? So at this point, if you want to add a little bit of pink for your mouth or other colors, you could do that. What I'm going to do now is take some paint. You could use acrylic or watercolor paint. I would not recommend using oil paint because that will get very messy and it does not dry. But you could either put paint onto a plate or you can just squeeze a little bit of paint out directly onto your cotton ball. Whichever is easiest for you. Another option would be to squeeze a little bit of the paint directly on the paper where you're going to be making it. This is what I'm going to do. I think it might be the easiest option. I'm going to get some paint on my cotton ball. And then I'm just going to start dabbing. Okay? Make sure I have a nice big sheep. I'm going to get the whole way down by the feet. If it covers the ears a little bit, that's totally okay. If some of the cotton gets stuck on your paper, it'll make it a little more 3D. It's totally okay. And I think I'm happy with the shape of my sheep. So carefully throw this away so you don't get it messy anywhere. And now I'm gonna add a few details, okay? So I'm gonna just keep using my black marker because this is a green paper. Then I'm gonna draw some grass lines just so it looks like my sheep isn't floating in the middle of the air, okay? And you're done. You could draw a little farm for your sheep, you could make a baby sheep. There's many options you could do, but there is your sheep. So, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. You've now learned 2 different ways to make a sheep. This is the first one, the little face of the sheep, and this is the second one, using the cotton ball and the paint method. Let me know which one is your favorite, and I hope to see a picture of your super adorable sheep.